Hi everyone, welcome to the Swedish movie Critic and welcome to my review of The Last of Us, episode 1. This will be a spoiler-free review. I'm a huge fan of the first Last of Us game. I think it's one of those great classics. It's an adventure horror game, but what sets it apart, I think, it's the incredible narrative, the story, and the characters. And we follow Joel and Ellie as they survive this apocalyptic future. I was looking forward to this series because it had a lot of good buzz around it, and as a big fan of the game, I thought it looked very true to the feeling and the story. At the same time, it has big shoes to fill. One of the best things about the game is also the incredible acting. We have Troy Baker as Joel, Ashley Johnson as Ellie. They are extremely memorable in their roles, and the game is also very cinematic, so I was curious how they could translate that feeling and that look into a TV series. And I must say, after watching the first episode, I think it really makes a good job of capturing the spirit of the game. The series is also created by the game's creator Neil Druckmann, and I know he had a creative hand in the process of making this series. And I think that can be a good thing in translating the game into a series. At the same time, maybe it can hold back the creativity of the writers, directors, producers of the show. But I think this one finds a good balance between old and new. We have Pedro Pascal as Joel and Bella Ramsey as Ellie, and I think they both really feel very natural in their roles, and they are very like to the game characters. Pedro Pascal, as always, is really good. I've enjoyed him in Game of Thrones and, of course, The Mandalorian as a huge Star Wars fan. And it's so cool to see him as Joel in this. I think he really nails the character. Bella Ramsey as Ellie, we haven't spent as much time with her yet, but I think she also nails the feel of Ellie. She feels a little bit more rough around the edges in the TV show, but it can be a cool character progression. On the technical level, I think it's well made, it looks good, I think the world feels real, this post-apocalyptic world. And I think the series also uses its time to develop the story. Those of us who have played the game, I think we get more backstory to certain events and certain characters, and I think that's a cool touch. And at the same time, it's true to the original story. And that can be a good and bad thing, because I played the game so many times, so I know exactly what's going to happen if the show follows the story completely. I hope the series finds some new things to throw into the story and mix things up, because otherwise I think you lose a lot of tension. At the same time, I noticed in this first episode they take events from the game and you think it's going to play out one way and they change it, and I thought that was a cool thing because it also makes us question what's coming next. But I think the show needs to do that a little bit more for us who have played the games way too many times. It's beautifully shot, the effects looks great, and the music is great as well. It captures the feeling of the game, and it works perfectly, I think, for the world and the characters. And it's cool that the title sequence has the theme written by Gustavo Santaolalla. He wrote the theme for the game, and I think it's so cool to start with that. You really get into the Last of Us feeling. I must say though, I prefer the title sequence to the game. You have fungus growing on a dark background and it's very real and scary, it looks very sinister. I think that's more effective. Here the title reminded me way too much of Westworld. I think it's a little bit overdone. So overall, a very positive first episode, I think, with strong performances from Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey. I think it will be very interesting to follow these two as the story continues. So I'll be watching The Last of Us. I don't think I'll make a review on every episode, but I will definitely review the entire show once it's done. I just want to give you my first impressions now with the first episode. If this is your first time to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can find me on YouTube and TikTok. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.